Here you see you have capital letters and small letters. Okay, the top one here, we just seen this earlier: ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kho, and then here you have a small ba. It's made by cutting off this part of the ba, for example, the second part of it. So if you're writing from the right, so this becomes here. Up to here, and then you chop this off the left side, and then you're left with ta. You have a ba, ta, tha, and jim. Similarly, you take this part off. Okay, and as you can see, the same with the ha, that part, circular part at the bottom, kha, same. So you have a jim, ha, kha, dal. Now you need an extension here, this little bit extra here, because you're going to join letter with the dal. Okay, and similarly with the zal, and you have a little bit of extension on this side. Okay, and then you have a za and a za. That's very similar. It hasn't shown the extension here. Okay. We got seen. Similarly, you chop off this part here, and you're left with that, just the front part of it. Okay. And similarly, the round circle part here, this taken off for the sheen, and a sword. Okay, and then a sword here. Here we are dod, and if you take this part off here, the circle part, then you're left with the small dod. Ain, same as that. You take this part off here, the bottom part here, ain and ghain, and you're left with ain, top part, ain. And you have fa, you take this side off here, and left with the circular part of the front here, fa. Okay, and then similarly with the kaf, take this part off here, and left with the ka. This one is a little bit more thought is required. So this part here is taken off, and the middle of that, like a S shape, that's the part which you require here for the small calf. Okay, lam, and then chop this left hand side here, half of this, and then you're left with that lam. Meme, similarly cut off here, and then you have a meme, small meme. Noon, normally say just take off this part here up to there, and the shape is a little bit changed from that one, which is more rounded, than a little bit flat here. Sometimes confusing, similar to the zay, for example. Okay, and so you put the noon, the dot here, just a bit nearer to that top as well, for this. Ha, okay, it's not changed that much really from that to this particular shape, although you have a little bit of extension on this side, so you're joining something with it. And then you have a hamza, that shape. Now this, what looks like a ra, is not really ra, it's actually an extension to some letter here, that to it's kind of a chair for hamza. Okay, and then you have a ya and ya, similar like that same shape that we have here, and two dots will tell you that it's a ya. Here only small letters are shown. These are just for practice. So would say that was ghain and lam, hamza on a small chair here, ba, sod, kha, fa, tha, ha, noon, dal, qaf, jim, ain, ta, dod, ya, ba, mim, ya, lam, ain, tha, ra, sod, kaf, ghain, sheen, dal, hamza again on a chair, fa, dha, ha, sin, qaf, and dod. This is quite interesting. I like this qaida for this particular reason, because it shows here, if you were to construct a word with 3 letters and you needed to use alif. If you needed to use alif in the beginning, it will look like that. And if the alif was in the middle, it will look like that. And if it was right at the end, it will look like that. Okay. Similarly, ba in the beginning looks like that. In the middle, it changed the shape a little bit from here. This is a part of the ba, and that little bit here is a hook. So you can put another word. For example, join is from this side, and you can join it from that side. This is the end of it, so it's a normal ba that we see, plus a little bit of extension here at the beginning, so you can put something here. Okay, some other letter can be attached on this side here. Similarly, ta at the end looks like that. Now ta is quite interesting. There's 2 or 3 different shapes here at the end. So this round shape, circular ta as well, and this straight shape here. Okay, so that's the ta. It's called, this is the name for that, ta marbuta, for example. And it's quite handy that we have this shape here. Normally it comes with the female characteristics, these 2 here. Okay, and then move on to, we come to tha in the beginning, tha in the middle, and tha at the end. Jim in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, jim. Ha in the beginning, ha in the middle, ha at the end. So we can join something here. You've got a little hook here, and both sides you can join words on this side and this side. That's why this particular shape is quite useful. And then on this one here, this is the end part of the house, so you can join something here. Okay. Kha in the beginning, kha in the middle, kha at the end. Dal beginning, dal in the middle, dal at the end. Dal in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, dal. You see that you notice this dal doesn't change the shape from the original shape that it has, and zal is the same. Okay. Ra at the beginning, ra in the middle, ra at the end. Za at the beginning, za at the middle, za at the end. Sin at the beginning, sin in the middle, sin at the end. Sheen beginning, sheen middle, sheen end. Sheen, Sod beginning, Sod middle, Sod end. Dod beginning, Dod middle, Dod end. Ta at the beginning, Ta in the middle, Ta at the end. Za at the beginning, Za in the middle, Za at the end. Ain at the beginning, Ain in the middle, and Ain at the end. Ain changes the shape here, as you can see from that kind of C shape to this particular shape. It's more like a beak, like that goes over here, this side, over the top, and back down again. Similarly, that goes that way, up, over the top, and down here again. So that's Ain. Ghain at the beginning, Ghain in the middle, Ghain at the end. Similar to Ain, except that you got a dot on each one of these. Fa at the beginning, Fa in the middle, Fa at the end. Qaf in the beginning, Qaf in the middle, Qaf at the end. You see the middle letters normally, they have 2 hooks, one on this side, one on this side. You see that? Okay, Kaf. Kaf in the beginning, Kaf in the middle, Kaf at the end. And the last ones normally have a hook on the right hand side, as you can see. Lam in the beginning, Lam in the middle, Lam at the end. Mim in the beginning, Mim in the middle, Mim at the end. Noon in the beginning, Noon in the middle, and Noon at the end. You got to be careful about the shape of the Noon here. It's very similar to the Zay shape, so make sure you get the right one. Waw is like Dal, Zal, Re, They. It doesn't change the shape in the beginning. It keeps its normal shape. And here, Waw in the middle has a little hook on this side here. And similarly at the last, at the end, it has a little hook here. And here we have a ha in the beginning, ha in the middle, ha at the end. And we have a ya at the beginning, ya in the middle, and ya at the end. Okay. So this is your test now to see how much you've learned so far. Okay, that's the ba in the beginning and sin the end part. Okay, ta at the beginning, ra at the end, ta and mim. Okay, jim and lam, ha and jim, ho and to, sin and dal, sheen and ra, ain and dal, صاد and ba, dod and dal, ghain and mim, fa and dal, qaf and lam, kaf and noon, lam and mim. This is a tricky one here now. You might think this is a zay, but actually it's a noon and kaf. Ha, lam, and it's a little seat for hamza here. So there is actually hamza, which is the letter here, and not this one down here. And zal. Then you got ya and ra, tha and jim, noon and ta, sa and ba. And again you got the noon here and za. Okay. Different shapes of these letters are given here. Alif might look like that, or it might look like that. Ba, yeah, kind of a different shape like that, for example. Ta, you got three shapes of ta here in the beginning, and normally you find this at the end, ta and ta, ta marbuta we call it, a closed ta, circular ta, okay. And you have a ain, a different shape of ain here, like I said before, ain, or ghain, yeah, similar to ain except for the dot, okay. And that's the end position of ghain, and that's the middle position of ghain. Similarly, end position of ain and middle position of ain here. Fa, yeah, you can have similar fa there, so it's not that different except this end position and the middle position of that fa. I think we're familiar with that now. Qaf, qaf in the middle. Lam, lam, alif. So this is a lam and that's a alif. Lam and alif here, okay. Similarly, you have a lam, this one here, and alif here. And you have a mim and mim, that would be probably at the end of this one here, and that one in the middle. Noon, and noon could look like that, okay. Just I said the shape when I did the dots before, the shape could be any shape except for the dot will tell you whether it's a noon or a ba, for example, okay. Then you have a ha. We say this like you start here at the top, come down here, make a circle, and then a little circle in the middle, bring it down here. That's a ha. Or you can have a shape like that, ha. Or you can have a shape like a figure 8, ha. Or at the end of the, for example, to if you need a ha, close ha at the end, okay. There's a ha. And then you have a ya, that shape, or you can have just a ya, that shape there as well. Okay, I'll finish here. Let's finish with this one. Okay, so you have a shape like this and dot at the top. We went through the dots one of my first lesson. That's the, so this becomes a noon, that becomes a ba, that becomes a sa, and that becomes a ta, that becomes a ya. Okay, so 5 possibilities where the dots end up. So you got ta, ain, ta, fa, ha, ghain, qaf, lam alif, la, and then you have a kaf and lam. Together you have mim and ta, ba and ha, sa, sod and the ta, and then you have a ba here and a ha. Hamza has got a seat here, it's got ain, ba, ghain, noon, ain, ba, qaf, noon and jim, ya and mim, kaf and alif, ta and ya, tha and ya, ba and ya. lam and ya, noon and ya. Okay? Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala.